Okay, let's get this done. It's a bit late, but I want to go online because I feel if I will not go online at least twice in a week. So I'm just gonna peep. I'm just gonna take a quick visit, seeing you all, and I'm all gonna say hi and do a very light topic that I think is gonna be. I might keep this to around 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes instead of 1 hour. And the reason for that is because I know I'm running late. I also still need to run some errands and walk my dogs. Uh, and tomorrow's going to be a long day. Tomorrow's our SMX Convention Center workshops. So tonight's topic is going to be about I want you, gladiators in suits, to talk to me and share the most amazing benefit or perk that you have experienced from your company. It could be a past company, it could be an existing company, or let's just say you haven't yet been part of this company, but you have heard so many good things about it and you're still dreaming about it, but you just like to share about it with the rest of the world. Okay? So I'm going to invite everyone. Please share, please type in the chat box what those perks are. It could be a benefit, it could be as simple as okay, free coffee in the office, I think, is an amazing perk, but it's not a unique perk because most companies already give that away. Okay, so I want you to give me something that I will say, wow, I wish I also had that. Okay, that's going to be my challenge to all of our participants in this live stream. Tell me something that I don't know. Tell me something that will be a good wow factor. Okay? Okay, bumanat na agad. I love this from PJ Balinado. Free education for my kids. Are you kidding? Okay, PJ, I'm gonna make a guess. Is it because you're working for a school or a university and therefore it's a perk or a benefit that you get? Am I right? Yes, PJ? Please let me know. Jean, okay. Hello, by the way. Uh, how do you call this? FWD has been so I've met this amazing guy a few years ago, and we had a talk a few weeks or a month ago. Okay, but Jean says here at my current company, I would assume this is FWD, right? We can take paid community care leaves and mental break leaves. Ooh, I am amazed. So, community care leaves is when you can take 1 day or 2 days and you can choose, for example, let's say to be in the hospital, to be in, let's say, an area where people are in need. You want to be in a soup kitchen, you want to be in an orphanage, all these things. It's not something that I've seen uh, rarely, but in the Philippines, I do think that it's something that's starting to gain traction. So, I'm very happy about that. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Mental break leaves also, in the Congress right now, they are currently debating and the minimum number of mental health leaves that the government wants to approve, or at least the Congress wants to approve, are 5 days per year. So let's see if that's going to work. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I wish every company does this. Rhea Melegrito says HMO with unlimited dependence. Can I get an exclamation mark if you guys are just astonished about that? I am. I haven't seen any company who has done unlimited dependence. I will assume that it's about direct dependence, because you can't just, pinpoint everyone as your dependent. So meaning only dependent if you have 10 kids, all of them are covered. Okay? I can't say you have two spouses. You can't have right? But wow, because HMO is just so damn expensive. I'm an entrepreneur. I am no longer covered by any HMO by any organization because I need to pay for that. That essentially comes from my own pocket because I own my own business. I also need to provide that for my people. So it is very expensive. It's something that I think most business owners would want to forego, but is important. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the chat box. Let's read some folks. Free flights, says user 407. I come from AirAsia. So in our company, so I work in AirAsia for 4 years. Most airline companies have an X% discount for all of your flights. However, you are going to be a chance passenger. So in AirAsia, we have what they call as ID 90. ID as in you have to present your ID in the counter in the airport and you get 90% discount from the flight. So the 10% is usually the taxes. I think PAL, Philippine Airlines, I'm not sure if it's still the same, but I think they had 70%, but it extends to all of their dependents as well. And I think even if you retire, it comes free for life. I don't know. Because I don't have my flights. I don't have my free flights anymore from AirAsia. So, but it was one of the most amazing perks. It was the reason why, even if I was working in Kuala Lumpur during my Apprentice Asia stint, I was still able to go back and forth to Manila anytime. So every time I would fly back, I think I would only pay 900 pesos or 2,000 pesos on the same hour that I decided I want to go to Kuala Lumpur. Okay. Rhea Melegrito says, yes, unlimited kids. Wow. That's a very generous company, by the way. Maybe you're working for a healthcare company, an HMO company, right? Okay. Scholarship for postgraduate school, but only for permanent employees. What do you mean permanent employees? You mean regularized employees? You know, postgraduate school is very expensive. Okay. Hybrid setup is the best perk by far, says McBurn. I will not call it a perk these days. You know why? I think it's becoming more normal for all organizations. So it's nice to have, yes. And I recognize some companies have made their employees go back 100%. I get that. But it's not something that I would. No, I'll give it to you, McBurn. I think it's a good perk to still celebrate. Yeah. Camille Irish, free medicines and consultations for minor and major maintenance. When I was working for, so very good, Camille. When I was working for GlaxoSmithKline, every year we had 24,000 pesos worth. And this was in 2013. Can you imagine how generous is that? We had 24,000 pesos worth of money that we can get for reimbursement for any medicine as long as you have prescription attached to it. That's a lot. That's around 2,000 pesos per month. Okay. Top it off with, we also got rice allowance. I think our rice allowance was around 1,000 pesos per month. We had a 15,000 peso clothing allowance. So that the idea is, you get to put yourself in some tasteful clothes when you present yourselves to customers. Amazing. Amazing perk that I got. Unlimited coffee, we also had. Ooh, I like this. So I work in GlaxoSmithKline, a pharmaceutical company. I worked there for 4 years. If you go to any pharmaceutical company, especially multinational company, the ones that are usually whose headquarters are abroad because they are either a French, Italian, or an American company, it's normal that even if you're just an intern, even if you're just a fresh graduate and you become part of the management training program, you automatically get a car. That's amazing. And if you've stayed in the company for 5 years and you need to retire the car because they need to replace it, you get to own the car. Can I get an exclamation mark? Isn't that amazing? That was the one thing I will never forget from our company before. And it's the reason why, if you notice, in pharmaceutical industries, companies, most people stay the longest. I'll give an example. Unilab has been my client for many, many years now. And whenever I conduct workshops and I ask what is the typical average number of years that they've spent in their company, it's normal to get answers like 10 years, 15 years, 12 years. They get surprised that in other industries, it's a totally different ballgame. Okay. No age limit for HMO dependents who are senior citizens. That's very generous, I must say. Because the older your dependents are, the likely the HMO is going to be expensive. I'm going to flip the coin, by the way. Beware of companies wherein your HMO is under a group insurance plan. What do I mean? Group insurance means each employee is not given a dedicated amount. If you are 100 employees and let's say someone in that group got a critical illness, it's first come, first serve. If that person needs to use it, they will use it up. And for the rest of the year, no amount can be left anymore for others who might get sick later on. Be careful. Okay. So here's my quick tip. If you are negotiating your compensation, especially during the job interview or the recruitment period, you have to clarify if the HMO that they are given to you is absolutely individual HMO, not a group plan HMO. Can I get an exclamation mark if we're clear with that? I'll give an example. This was for a company that I knew. One of their employees got cancer, and unfortunately, she had to use that group benefit plan. And because obviously the medication was very expensive and it included a lot of costs, by the half part of the year, the entire group insurance plan dedicated for this specific disease or for this specific coverage has been used up. So whoever gets sick later on by October, November, December, for example, will not have anymore. So be mindful, be careful. It's not the popular type of HMO that HR usually get, but I do know that there are companies who want to scrimp on budget because they don't want to spend much. They do this instead. So be careful. Okay? Let's get some more. Ooh, best perk from John Paul. My company gave me a housing unit, 150 square meters in Silang, Cavite. Is this a real estate company? Can you reveal which real estate company is this? Grabe naman, 150 square meters. That's a lot. That's a lot of space, man. My company gave me a housing unit. Maybe, okay, John Paul, maybe you also have a very high position. So it's one of your, I don't know, signing bonus that you got. So I'm happy for you though. Okay. Holiday shutdown sells devil part-time on TikTok. 2 weeks, no work with pay during Christmas to New Year. I so envy these kinds of companies because, and again, it's not normal to have these kinds of companies because most companies can be very busy during the holidays. But if you're working for an industry wherein there aren't a lot of customers, the operations are almost to none, it's gonna be feasible for them to really shut down. Okay? So hashtag sana all. Okay? Okay, come on guys, give me more perks. Any thoughts on PNG as an employer? Ooh, I'm a big fan of PNG, even if I did not pass their test when I was in college. My cousin right now is an employee of PNG, still is and remains to be one of the top employers in the world in terms of the benefits, the salary, the culture, how they treat their people, for example. So, Patricia and Roque, birthday cake and free food every time there is a birthday celebration. Pinoy na Pinoy, ha? Of course, I think every Filipino is going to appreciate that. When I was in Globe Telecom, our boss, shout out to Mr. Nico Acosta, who I'm still a big fan of. I owe so much of my career to him. I still idolize this man. He's a very amazing guy, super smart, super structured, super efficient in what he does. Usually on a Friday, he would buy us some boxes of pizza. Or, I know that this is not the best thing to do, but he would require some senior leaders to spend for the pizza as well. So, yeah. Okay. Stock options, says May. Ooh, not everyone gets to provide that. Most multinational companies, however, do, especially if you're publicly listed. Ooh, okay. I like this from Ange on TikTok. 10,000 pesos worth of our products every year. And for the newbie, once they are regularized. If you're working for a company that produces valuable commodities, whether it's, let's say, diapers, shampoo, smartphones, laptops, food, usually it's part of the perks that you get X% discount or you get X thousands of pesos or dollars worth that you can claim every year. I have heard and I have seen many times employees of San Miguel get one of the most generous groceries during Christmas. Like they get queso de bola, they get hamon, they get all these things. Hashtag sana all, no? Right. Alex Anthony, free turon after a monthly presentation. Okay. I love turon, especially the SM turon, but it's not something that I will be excited for after a presentation. Rita Zuniga, travel incentive abroad. Ooh, I love international travels. Again, I'm gonna shout out to my company, GlaxoSmithKline. 24 years old, they sent me to Italy, to Turin, for an international conference. And I went there together with my doctors to attend a scientific conference. I went to Italy, I went to France. I was also able to go to Spain. It was my first time to be able to go to Europe. And it radically changed my life, I swear. It changed the way I saw myself. It changed the way my ambitions became, more of like I wanted to achieve more so that I can travel more. That was the biggest thing that it helped me. It also made me appreciate the concept of slow eating, the concept of cooking, the concept of art, because that's really what South Europe does that to you. So yes, kudos. Like if I had a glass of wine right now, I would make a toast for all companies out there who once in a while do send their employees to international trips, knowing that it's not just because it's a job that they need to do, but because they know that their employee is going to radically change the way they see the world when they go abroad. Okay. So, what's the quick tip? If you want to work for an intern for if you want to be able to travel abroad as part of your job, usually multinational companies are the ones who do this. Okay? Telco, food and beverage, FMCG, pharma, communications, technology. These are the companies that usually are very generous when sending their people abroad. And I will say this, it does change you for the good. Free Dyson vacuum upon regularization. Sabi ni Rhea. Okay, I love vacuum cleaners. Whenever I have to clean my bed or because I have two dogs now. So vacuum cleaners are essential. I also think, by the way, that pet stores need to sell vacuum cleaners inside their pet stores, because that's a commodity that's a necessity for most pet owners. But it makes me feel like I'm cleansing my soul every time I do vacuum cleaning at home. Gilbert Pedroso. Okay, huhulaan ko. Guys, kayo naman, if you're gonna tell me the perk of your company, would it be amazing if you also tell me what company are you working for? I don't think it's confidential information anyway. So for example, Gilbert Pedroso says, free house and 1-year dog food supply. It's either you're working for a real estate company or you're working for a dog food company. Ano ba talaga? Right? But both perks are amazing perks. Thank you for sharing. EV De La Rosa, training abroad, all expense paid plus, you get to extend with the company training center with free food. Ayun na, sige na, kayo na. Unlimited food and drinks from vendo machines, chocolates, and snacks. I'm not going to name this company, but you probably have an idea which company is this, because I've only worked for 3 companies in my life. But this company gave us free coffee, unlimited Milo, unlimited tea. But when they found out that, because the vendo machine was in an outside part of the office, and they found out that sometimes outsiders would take the coffee and milk and Milo, such that the company's been spending like 30,000 pesos a month just for it. So you know what they did? They took it out. I was so sad when that happened. But I think this is just me. But if you want your employees to be energetic, you want them to be in high spirits, I think it's imperative to give unlimited water, unlimited coffee. It doesn't have to be a vendo machine. You can just give them powdered coffee and tea as well. It's at least one of those perks that make people feel that even if this may not be the best company, there's a feeling of being pampered. Okay? Oh, ito, ayan. Naglabasan na ng mga VL at ng mga, okay, calls Mars, 30 vacation leaves per year, 5, what is PL? I've never experienced PL in my life. So tell me what that is. 5 PLs, 15 VLs, unused VLs are convertible to cash. 1 sack of rice per month and more. You know what? Thank you for sharing that. You know what I also like? When I was working for Globe Telecom, all our sick leaves, 15 days of sick leaves per year can be converted to cash. And so I really made sure, even if I was feverish, I would still go to work. Why? That was money in the bank. And I would be so happy by the end of the year. I would get what? Okay. Nothing to brag, but nothing to be ashamed of as well. I was a management trainee for Globe Telecom when I was 21 years old. This was in 2006. Tagal na. Okay? I don't want to reveal my age. But my salary as part of the management training program was above average, which I was very thankful for. So I was getting 30,000 pesos per month. That was 2006. And I felt that was a very competitive salary. I'm going to digress for a bit. Management interns or fresh grads that are handpicked to work for Procter and Gamble and Unilever, they can go as high as 80,000 pesos per year, by the way. Fresh graduates who have been handpicked to work for, let's say, McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, Bain, these are the big four consulting companies, usually 150,000 pesos per month. And you're 22 years old. Can you imagine that? Right? Not a perk, it's part of your salary, but wow, there really are some, fortunate people who get this high salaries. Okay. 7,000 peso parking allowance, says Dan Anthony. Wow. I always say this, when you have a car, the expense is not just the gas. The expense is the parking, the time to park, and the money to pay for parking. Jerome Bondo, guys, kayo naman, sige na, reveal the company. You give me so much perks here in the chat box, but you're not telling me what the companies are. How are we gonna appreciate it? Wag niyong isolohin lang. Tell me what the company we're talking about. So for example, Jerome Bondok, you're telling me, free lunch daily and freshly cooked, served by professional chef. Ikaw na talaga. So simple for others maybe, but I appreciate it so much. Excuse me, Jerome Bondok, that is not simple, ha? That is something that everyone aspires to have. If you give me food for the rest of the day, I'm gonna stay so long in the company. I'm gonna stay for the rest of the day until 8 or 9 p.m. I would wake up early to get that free breakfast. I will be very grateful for lunch, and I will stay until 7 or 8 p.m. because there's free dinner. And knowing Filipinos, magdadala yan ng Tupperware or ng plastic container para ibabaon nila pa uwi. Right? EV De La Rosa, 5,000 pesos per quarter pet support program. Kayo na talaga. Anong kumpanya to? Gladiators in Suits. We cannot continue this conversation if you're not telling me which companies are you talking about. So please, I'm going to say this for the one last time. You have to tell me which companies these are. We want to applaud these companies. We also want to know them because, who knows, we might want to apply for these companies as well. So let us know what these companies are. Okay. Ayan, di ba? Sabi ni Jedda's Box, please tell, sabi ni Camille Irish, please tell me so I can also apply. Okay. Someone said in Alibata form, baka wish lang yan ng mga sumasagot. Oo nga naman. Maybe the reason why you're not giving me the company's names because these are not your real benefits. These are your wish lists. Again, we're talking about real existing benefits that your company, past and present, or what you've learned from another company is offering. Okay. See you on August 26th, Mr. Jonathan. Yes. Tomorrow. So if you're looking here at our Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, tomorrow, we are so thankful 250 participants are attending our leadership workshop at the SMX Convention Center. I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow. That's 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. And then followed by social media marketing workshop, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then on 26th is our booster confidence and email etiquette and business writing. The workshops on Saturday, the business writing and the public speaking workshops, we still have a lot of slots available. The room is very big. It's a very big ballroom, so we can extend more chairs and tables. Please do come. JonathanYabut.com is our website where you can get the tickets. Okay? Ayan. Kita mo, everyone's been saying company reveal daw. Kim Wan says, a lot of Filipino companies are not yet able to adapt with the contemporary style of work environment. I agree. I I think we still have a long way to go, and has something to do also with investment and capital for most companies. So yeah, people can only wish. Oh. Okay. Unused VL convertible to cash, says Rugine. Rental fee. Rental fee of what? Rice allowance with carpool with HMO. Okay. O ito, ayan. May pangalan na. Art Neil says, Asurion. 30 day. Uy, OA ang 30 days of VL ah. Not everyone gets that. Remember, the Philippine government only requires company according to law 5 days per year. 5 days. And that's not for probationary employees. That is for regularized employees. But Art Neil says in Asurion, 30 days of VL, free lunch daily, free shuttle, HMO free for 3 dependents. Kayo na talaga. Covered ka by default. So that's like 4 people in your family. 13th month pay is every November. During pandemic, if quarantine for 14 days, it's paid and there's only coffee. Wow. Amazing company yan. That's above average, I should say. No? Ooh, another perk that I like, companies that offer 14th month pay or 15th month pay. That's another one. Because that means you're really getting a lot. Most companies kasi hanggang 13 months lang eh. But if you get a 14th month or 15th month pay, that's also good. I'm going to make a caution here. Some companies, what they do is that they have 15 months of pay, but they give you lower salary base. And the reason for that is because it's management of cash flow. They don't want to give so much money in one sitting for 12 months. So they get to push and delay the delivery. So be mindful of that, okay, when you compare companies to companies. Okay, what else? Oh, saan daw ang Asurion? We've done a lot of talks for Asurion before in the past. Kindrill Philippines. I haven't heard of Kindrill, but Abby, can you tell me what is the industry for Kindrill? Kindrill Philippines, 20 vacation leave per month, 15 sick leave. Unused sick leaves are encashed by February. Wow, sarap. 5 emergency leave, 1,000 peso per month ba to? Grabe ah. 15,000 peso one-time work from home setup. I love that. That's for your table, that's for your set, that's for your all of your gadgets. 20,000 peso allowance for medicines, wellness, including facial and massage. Kayo na talaga. And Abby Dayag says that they are hiring. O ayan, Kindrill, KYNDRYL Philippines. You know, if there are any recruiters in the room, the best thing to do, type all of your benefits and include a website link that people can click so they can apply for that job. That's how you make your comments more hardworking. Okay? By the way, can I just ask, could you please give us a like or a heart if you're enjoying the conversation so far? Because I am. You know why? I'm so inspired. I'm so inspired that there are so many loving companies who give so much to their employees. Again, it's easier said than done because hindi lahat ng kumpanya ganyan, which is why I'm going to make a shout out here. The reason why I wanted to talk about these kinds of companies is because I'm sick and tired of people, especially on TikTok, that whenever I post about amazing companies, a lot of people tell me that I'm just inventing all these things. And I get hurt. You know why? The reason why these people talk about bad things is because they've never experienced the most amazing companies. They've never tried. They've never tasted. It's probably out of their league. I don't know. Whatever the reason is. But my only wish is that sometime in their career, I wish that they get to be pampered by a good company. The people who usually hurt are the people who usually give the hurtful words are also the same people who are also hurt. No? So thank you for sharing so far your Security Bank daw, 14th mid-year bonus and 15th profit sharing. Wow. Kayo na. That's good, ha? Profit sharing is good because that means it's dependent on the performance of the company as well. Tin Cachuela says, there are a lot of great companies in the Philippines. I so agree. Again, I'm going to make a rant here, especially on TikTok again, because whenever I post things online, people will always say bad things like, you know, wala namang matinong kumpanya sa Pilipinas. Lahat ng mga kumpanya sa Pilipinas, bullshit, and all these things. You know why you're saying that? It's because this is the universe of all companies, and you're only talking about this universe. You are projecting your 1 year or 2 years worth of experience to such a big random sample, random population that you probably haven't even explored in your life. Right? Okay, ito pa. My previous employer in microfinance, says Joash, offers up to 18th, OA naman to, 18th month pay. Baka naman 18th month pay pero kalahati lang ang salary binibigay. Okay, but anyways, I will believe. 18-month pay plus performance bonus and groceries allowance. 5 service incentive leaves, that's your Philippine government requirement. Sick leave is 10. 15 VL. Gas allowance of 2,000 pesos. Wow. Rice allowance of 2,500 and TSA of 1,500. Sana all. Thank you, Joash, for sharing. Again, I'm going to shout out. When I was working in GlaxoSmithKline, I love this part. They gave us a Petron card, a fleet card. It feels so powerful. You know why? That Petron card is like a credit card that you just give whenever you gas up, and the company pays for it. Can you imagine? So during my time, the company would pay for it. I think that was around 3,000. This was way back in 2011, 2010, 10 years ago. So I had a limit of, I think, 4,000 or 3,500 pesos per month. Laking bagay. Imagine not only did the company give you a car, they also paid for your car gasoline. And you're not even the CEO yet. You're not even the director. You're simply a product manager. That's how generous the company was before. Oh, sabi ni Millet, Shell Fleet Card. Oh, ito pa. Because our office had a campus and you can park for free, if naubusan ng parking yung campus namin, you can park in a nearby mall and you can reimburse the parking for that day. Diba? Ay, gosh. You know, as a business owner now, these are the things that make me feel like I want to go back to corporate because I want to be pampered. I want to be spoon-fed by so many good things. Okay, Kaka Hernandez. Uy, my dog just shouted. 17-month pay, 20 VL, 20 sick leave, 10 emergency leave, 5 sick leave, 1 birthday leave, performance. My dog is really barking so bad. Sorry for that. HMO for employees and dependents, all premium shouldered by the company. Wow. Okay. So talagang 18 months is normal. The Gonzales gang on TikTok says, I also had up to 18th month pay before I left the Philippines in 2012. So generous. Okay. SC Johnson, thank you for typing finally the companies. 13th and 14th month pay, profit sharing, retirement plan, HMO, life and accidental insurance. Ooh, Mark 171, performance bonus and annual bonus up to 300%. Wow. Okay. I know a company, cannot say because this was confidential. I know a company wherein if the company meets their sales target for the year, depending on your position, you get to double your salary and you get 1 month extra pay. So for example, if you're associate, your salary, you will receive 1 month worth of salary as your bonus. If you're a group manager, you get 3 times worth the salary for another month. If you're the director, times 4. And then as you go and climb the corporate ladder, let's say you're the vice president, you get times 7. Times 7. So it is so normal that in this company, when the company reaches their sales target, the leaders are millionaires. And you can really feel it because even in meetings on the day that it's announced, they get so nice to you, even if you have the most horrible mistakes at work. Because it's hard for them to dismiss the millions of pesos that they are about to receive from their bonuses. Right? Can't say this company. I will not say if I have worked or not yet worked, but just saying. You will have an idea because a company who's able to do this is a company that does a lot. It reports a lot of profits annually. Grabe no, pero imagine 7 times. And the reason why you're getting 7 times because you're already a director. And if you are a director, let's assume a director is getting what? 500,000 pesos per month. Let's assume. Or 400,000 pesos. If you're gonna get times 7 for your bonus, you just got what? 3 million pesos, 2.5 million pesos. That's such, I mean, who's not gonna get inspired and motivated with that? Right? Okay. John, can I get, okay, Sheila Antonio from Facebook. John, can I get signature for your best-selling books? Yes, you can. All of our books, if you buy them on Lazada and Shopee, so these are our best-selling books available Lazada, Shopee. They all have pre-signed pages. The problem, however, and here's the sad part, I cannot sign your books if you bought it in National Bookstore and Fully Booked because the books are directly shipped to the warehouse of National. So I'm sorry for that. But if you buy it from Lazada and Shopee, from our official store, by the way, because there are a lot of stores that also resell our books. If it's from our official store, I guarantee it will have my signature. So hope you get copies of them. They're all about career, success, management, leadership, etc. Certified bestseller by National Bookstore. And when I say certified, that means you have reached the minimum number of copies sold that is required by National Bookstore. So thank you for reminding me to remind you about our best-selling books. Okay. Millet Mariano, do you conduct strategic planning conference with companies as well? Yes, that's what we do for a living. Okay. 𝗪𝗵𝗴, 𝗧cie𝗂𝗍𝗵𝘁, a Japanese company, is paying me 10,000 pesos per month for using my personal car for work. Uy, kasi maybe because they can't give you a car, no? Or because you prefer to, instead to have that. Plus gas point to point, house to client, toll, and parking fee. Kayo na talaga. Okay. I love it. You know, this is the reason why whenever you check your compensation offer, your sheet, do not look at the salary per se. Look at the other benefits, convert them into peso, and look at the total amount of money that you are getting. That's the problem sometimes eh. Some companies, mataas ang salary, pero the benefits are so little. So even if, let's say, you're getting 100,000 peso salary, but if I monetize your benefits, you're only getting 10,000. I'd rather be in a company wherein I'm only getting 80,000 peso salary, but I'm getting 50,000 or 70,000 pesos worth of benefits per month. My car, my gas, my food, my transportation, rice, clothing, etc., internet. So you have to be smart whenever you choose the company you work for if the financing is what you're after. Okay, I like this question from John. What are your thoughts on a company that provides limited perks or benefits but offers uncapped commission potential? Somehow it's fair because if you're really good, then that means you're going to get as much money as you can. I do think, however, it is not equitable, meaning it will only benefit the high flyers and it might cause the non-performers to continue getting disengaged because they're not getting as much. So it might not be a good thing to incentivize people if a lot of your employees are not performing in the first place. Okay? Okay, team, I think I need to cover last ones because getting late. I also need to sleep soon. For those who are attending our workshops tomorrow, remember, we are starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay? What's your opinions? Okay, someone on TikTok is asking, what's your opinion if the department always changed the organizational structure every 2 years? Not complaining. You know why? That's not even so fast and quick. I've been in companies. When I was in Globe Telecom, reorganization happens every 6 months, sometimes 4 months. 2 years is not so bad. And most companies need to do that so that they can keep up with the change of their customers and their technology. Okay. Ayan. Mark De La Cruz said the same thing. It should be the total compensation package as long as above and beyond the industry. You should always also give your best effort to show appreciation of what the company has provided to you for the family. Agree. Trixie is asking, are the online workshops still being conducted? We don't have online workshops that are live. We do have recorded online courses that you can go to our website, @jonathanyabbott.com. Each course is around 1.5 hours. and it's 499 pesos. Our topics are about public speaking, business writing, leadership, etc. Please catch us on our website, 𝗠𝗲𝗿𝗀.com. Okay? Uy, Nia on TikTok says, if you have a new baby, you get a baby bonus for up to 3 live births. Then the company pays all your hospital bills. Wow naman. I would assume it has a limit, no? Because you cannot just choose the most expensive hospital. But that is so good. Wow. Population-wise, it's incentivizing people to have more kids. Too many kids. Okay. Ako nga, my gosh. I have 2 dogs, and my dogs are making me feel like maybe I should not have kids anymore because I can't even handle these 2 dogs. Okay, ayan, sabi ni Emilio Bombita, do more and you will get more. Reminders from our boss. Agree. As long as you are in the right company, an amazing company will always make sure that your efforts are going to be recognized. They will never turn a blind eye for people who hustle hard. Okay, team, I need to leave. I'll find time to go online. I don't know, I'll try tomorrow or Saturday. We'll see. But at least I'm aiming for 2 times a week online, despite the very busy schedule. So thank you. This was a very delicious discussion, by the way. Can I get an exclamation mark? Can you give us a thumbs up or a like if you had an enjoyable night? I did. I'm so inspired. Like, it's a good way to, it's like taking inventory of what's happening in the landscape. I'm so happy because so many people have been reporting they're getting 30 days of VL on top of a sick leave, on top of service incentive leave. So that's good. What is the moral lesson here? While it's easier said than done, at the end of the day, it is a trial and error. Yes? Can I get a letter Y if you agree? Life is a trial and error. There will be moments wherein you will get the shittiest companies. And if you don't like that company because you don't think you're getting the most, sometimes it can be very painful, but you have to do it. You leave and you try out another company until you find the right one. Remember, do not only invest in companies that you want to become part of. Invest in companies that love you back. Just like any relationship, you cannot fall one way. You have to fall for someone who's also falling in love with you. That's the only way for the relationship to be sustainable as well. Okay? So, thank you for the amazing discussion. I hope to see you guys soon. If nabitin kayo, you can catch us on Spotify. We do have a podcast. It's called From Grit to Great. We talk about the same things we've been talking about here. Benefits from companies, salary issues, conflicts with your bosses, quitting your job. Catch us. The name of the podcast is From Grit to Great. It is actually the name of our same book, From Grit to Great also. Co-hosted by my brother, Jed. Okay? And thank you. See you guys soon. Have a great long weekend ahead.